Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song I Am Stretched on Your Grave by Sinead O'Connor. This is part of my ongoing series where I'm listening to songs that come from albums that are on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. The way the series works is I'll record 2, maybe 3 videos for a couple songs on each album, and then I'll go and listen to the rest of the album on my own, and I'll come back and let you know what I thought. So this is now the second song that I'm going to be listening to off of this album, which is I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got by Sinead O'Connor, and it's number 457 on the list. Previously, I had listened to The Emperor's New Clothes and really enjoyed it. Not sure if this one, I think, was I'm not sure if Nothing Compares to You was on this album as well, but I've heard that one just on my own. That's one of those songs that I feel like is kind of inescapable. Like if you have lived in the past 30 years, you've heard like Sinead O'Connor's version of Nothing Compares to You, right? So got 2 Sinead O'Connor songs under my belt, going for a third with this one. With that, I say we jump right in. Again, this is Sinead O'Connor. I Am Stretched on Your Grave. Let's do it. Not what I was expecting though. Wow. Wow, they killed that. That was fantastic. That was such a good song. I was not expecting that at all. I mean, how could I have seen that coming? I mean, from to go from the Emperor's New Clothes, right? To this, I mean, Emperor's New Clothes was great. Don't get me wrong, but it had that sort of pop sound to it. Very reminiscent of like '80s and '90s, like female-driven pop. Which was fantastic. I mean, it sounded great. And then of course you have the cover of "Nothing Compares to You," which is this slower ballad, and then you have this, which starts out with a hip hop beat. That's the best way I can describe what that was. Reminds me of Toonami back in the day, like in between the shows where you have Tom on screen, they'd be playing like that similar beat. You know what I mean? Somebody will get that reference. Um, but like it starts out with a hip hop beat, brings in the bass, brings in some extra percussion throughout, and then ends with like a traditional Irish jig. I mean, I'm not sure what was going on in this song, but I love every single moment of it. So, and then her vocals throughout are just very like almost like ethereal, or like what's the term I'm looking for, just I don't know, just so many different pieces came together, and everything was just unexpected in the most like positive way possible. So hey, let's break it down piece by piece like we always do, of course, starting with those lyrics. So, "Oh, I am stretched on your grave and will lie there forever. If your hands were in mine, I'd be sure I'd be sure we'd not sever. My apple tree, my brightness, it's time we were together, for I smell of the earth and am worn by the weather. When my family thinks that I'm safe in my bed from night until morning, I am stretched at your head, calling out to the air with tears hot and wild, my grief for the girl that I loved as a child." This is interesting. I wonder, because at first I'm like, okay, maybe it's about a lost love, someone who died, right? I'm even getting like Romeo and Juliet vibes, right? Stretch on your grave. But then she mentions that I'm stretched at your head, calling out to the air with tears hot and wild, for grief, my grief for the girl that I loved as a child. And while this can definitely be like a lesbian relationship, I'm also wondering if it's again calling out to like a part of her that she's lost, right? Maybe like this idea of innocence lost, and the person that she's mourning is the person she used to be. I'm gonna click here and just see what this person says. Enjoyable gothic vibe, like a murder ballad. Maybe in the vocals. I don't know if I could say that about the rest of it, but yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Here we are. "Do you remember the nights we were lost in the shade of the black thorn and the chill of the frost? Thanks be to Jesus, we did what was right, and your maidenhead still is your pillar of light. The priests and the friars approach me in dread, because I still love you, my love, and you're dead. I still would be your shelter through rain and through storm, and with you in your cold grave I cannot sleep warm." So I still get the feeling though as I read on that it's like about again this person that she truly loved who died, and it's like she can't go on. It's just she continues to go back to their grave, continues to just mourn this person to the point where like everyone's worried about her priests, friars, etc. "So I'm stretched on your grave and will lie there forever. If your hands were in mine, I'd be sure we'd not sever. My apple tree, my brightness, it's time we were together, for I smell of the earth and am worn by the weather." Again, I get this sort of like Romeo and Juliet vibe, because here in the end it kind of sounds like she's going to kill herself so they can be together again, right? To me, I'm getting strong Romeo and Juliet vibes here, but I mean, hey, I enjoyed it anyway. Lyrically, it could be about a number of things, right? Innocence lost, I kind of see that a little bit, but again, it can just be about mourning a lost lover. So yeah, I think it was well written overall. I'm gonna give it two big thumbs up. Lyrically, as far as instrumentation and vocals go, I mentioned I think she's got a great voice, and it's very interesting. Again, going from a song like "Nothing Compares to You," where she's just singing out this beautiful ballad, to the Emperor's New Clothes. I think did I say Groove earlier? I hope not. I love that movie, by the way. But to then go to the Emperor's New Clothes, and have her sing this more like pop song, right? And then to this, where it's again, maybe gothic is the right word for it, but just this very interesting vocal style. I think she's done a great job just from the 3 songs that I've ever heard from her. Done a great job of just showcasing her range. So vocally, I think this one is fantastic. It really kind of sucks you in the way that she performs it. And then instrumentally, again, that hip hop beat just came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that at all. And then like the bass when that kicked in and it kind of hit at the end of every beat there, it was like, this is really cool sounding. This is so groovy. I'm just grooving right now. And then on top of that, you got some extra percussion. And then to end with like the fiddle and everything, I was like, that came out of nowhere, but it just added that nice layer to the song to really like stretch out. I mean, this is a 5.5 minute song. It honestly felt longer because they did do a few change ups and added a few elements here where it was, it made the song seem longer because they kind of kept it fresh throughout. So really, really enjoyed this one, both instrumentally and vocally. It gets 2 big thumbs up from me, and I'm going to go ahead and keep these thumbs up because for replay value, this one easily is going to make the playlist, and I can't wait to listen to it again. This was such a fun song to listen to. Again, so unexpected, just hit me out of nowhere, and man, what a great showcase of what she can do. 2 big thumbs up for replay value. Can't wait to listen to it again. Overall, a fantastic song and another great entry in this series. And again, this is why somebody in my comments recently said like, oh, why do you trust this, top 500 albums list when they don't have this person or that person or whatever? And, that's valid. We all have our favorites. But like the one good thing I will say about this series is it's literally made me listen to artists that I otherwise have not really ever listened to, like Sinead O'Connor. I had heard 1 song from her and just never ever came back and explored more. So this has given me the opportunity to do that. So I'm really glad that I decided to start this series in the first place. So with that, guys, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And if you like what you saw with me today, consider supporting the channel by liking, subscribing, and of course, commenting with your requests, because I'm always taking those. You can even check the description to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. Alright guys, that's going to be it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.